get this live going. Listen, okay. First of all, if I do the vertical lives, y'all already know we have to do the classic backdrop, uh, which I'm hyped because I was like, yeah, we need to continue with the original. But, whew, this video today, I will spill tea. I'll talk about a couple of things that were weighing on my mind and some other stuff too when it comes to it. It definitely is going to be a story time. You already know. Things that were supposed to happen this week that did not happen this week, that I need to discuss why they didn't happen this week, and the stuff that I was going through, which was wild. But also, like, we have the RuPaul's Drag Race finale tonight, and I'm very excited about that. I got some of the pictures from the, I don't know if that's a blue carpet or a red carpet or whatever that's going to be. But I know that the preview posted. You know, I don't watch that. I have a reaction to film. What's up, Purple Eater? Tonight. But when I tell you, I dodged a bullet. Dead ass. Purple Eater, what's going on? Kendrick. And Nikki, hey my friend, what's going on? Carl, what's up, Mel? I'm gonna talk about some stuff because I don't know if everyone saw Valerie's video and all that jazz. And I know some people that are new to the channel that came from that video, but I did like, someone asked a question and I answered, but then like what was going on this week in particular, I had to take several days away from the internet. And I noticed that y'all probably saw I wasn't posting anything. And even when I was doing my reactions for Patreon, I wasn't there. I posted everything a little bit late. So I got to explain that too. I also, one of the queens from the season unfollowed me. And I was like, oh, this has to be over the panel. Cause like you've been cool since then. And then this past episode of the panel, all of a sudden I noticed the unfollow and I was like, oh. And it's crazy because I was just about to post something tagging them and a brand and being like, okay, like where's the sponsorship? Because like she's been turning it all season. And I thought that was crazy. I said right before I was about to just hype you up, I was just about to hype you up. After I defended you, I said, oh, here we go. So I was like, Matt, we're not going to take that personal. I just know that I get it. Like the panel was a lot this last Sunday. You know, Dooley was going in and people were living and all that good stuff and everything else that, people were, that's probably the cable company calling me. I will get this paid today. Trust me, because I know they're gonna cut my stuff off tonight. We working on it. Give me a second here. But like, it's okay. It's okay. Sorry about that. I had a phone call that came in. Hi, Mina. It's okay. It's okay. I just was a little like, oh, like, okay, like really? That's kind of how it was. But we'll get to the rest of the story time too. I also saw that the Nintendo Switch pricing is going to stay the same, but all the accessories got bumped up. The Mario Kart showcase. I said, okay, Matthew, like just a couple other things. But this story today, let me tell you something. I dodged a bullet. I really did. Y'all, when I tell you, like, I'm still mad at myself because I didn't have the videos up that I wanted to, but I also could not finish making those videos. I started on them and then I got frustrated and I like just quit, and then I got like all in my head. But it's over everything that happened this weekend. So I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm going to use the best verbiage possible today, so that way that person doesn't feel some kind of way if they ever were to find said video and feel like they're talking about me and they're talking about me. So I will say they and them when I am referring to that person. I am not going to say anything about where they used to work. I will give clues and context to said situation, and I will make sure that the variable of all the map that I'm going to lay out is easily connected so that you can understand. And again, this is just my perspective on what happened. Okay? This is just my perspective, but the gaslighting I experienced was on another level. And I'm shocked that that I actually didn't allow it to continue. I actually stopped myself and said, I'm gonna be the person to end this ride. Oh God, hold on, hold on. Okay, let's see if it's working now. It is. Yay. All right. Sorry about that. I told you that cable company calling me. My apologies. My sincerest apologies. I'm going to pay the bill. Give me a second. Listen, if you did want to drop a little bit of love in my jar, please and thank you. The Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo, it's all tagged and whatever. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, as well as $Matt924. Jennifer, I just saw a tippy poo that came in on Cash App prior to that phone call, so thank you so very much. And Venmo was Matty-Rants. So, to the story. This week panel was one of the best you had. The video you did with Valerie was great. I missed that energy. Okay, do you want me to address that first? Like, let me just address something about that first. Let me do that first. Let me do that first. Okay, so I listen, that they are their own individuals. We all watch the same show, and sometimes we're not fully on the same page, and it really, to me, doesn't matter if my friends are pleased as punch with the cast as much as I am, because that's the idea of, you know, a collective of people watching the same show, and then us not all feeling the fantasy. Okay, that's the one. That's the uno. And y'all make sure to like this video. I'm watching. We got 80 people in this live right now. We don't got enough likes on this mug. I'm gonna need a lot more than 17 out of 80. That's not gonna work. We gotta like this video. But some people do not like the way it's going. Some people are like, like they're so negative, they're so angry. It's these black men saying all this kind of stuff. Some people felt the last panel was very racist and were not okay with it. We lost a lot of subscribers. I lost like 10 subscribers from the last panel. I gained 15 or so just from Valerie's video. alone. So like it was like, okay, I lost some because some people didn't like how the panel was going and people didn't like the conversation. And then I gained some because I did another video and people just saw me, and it is what it is. But like the panel isn't my channel. The panel is just a show on Sundays that we've been doing, that we started during the pandemic, that a whole community was created out of, already in a community that I started solo, that then went with Jamar, then went back to me, that then during a pandemic, it started with the group that did every once a week we did something together and talked about our favorite show, and then I'd go back to doing my own thing, and it was just like a collective. Like whenever you see your friends on the weekend, that's the idea of the panel. It's okay, well, I'm gonna see my besties on the weekend, like that kind of stuff, like uh, and all that kind of good stuff. But like I just thought, okay, this isn't that big of a deal. And again, some people aren't cool with it. Like, I'll give you an example. Plain Jane follows me or whatever on Instagram. We're cool. Love me some Plain. Met her at DragCon. She's a key and all that good stuff, right? So Plain don't like the panel though. Rightfully so, because they come for her every flipping episode. And we've talked, me and Plain have talked about it. We've had our moment, those, you know, it's that, and that's okay for her. Do you feel what I'm saying? So for example, if Corey sat and watched the video, and I'm sure it happens, because I also know, and I'm gonna tell you some other tea. I'm not gonna tell you the two queens that told me this one time, but someone I'm cool with sent me the screen recording of somebody that watched my panel, screenshot what I was saying, flipped it out of context, sent them a whole video, was like, you know, MattyRants is talking about you. Someone I'm cool with. And we were like, what? She said, girl, I'm not even paying this. And I was like, I cannot believe that. So that's on my mind, is one thing that could have happened. The other thing is they could have watched it together. That's fine. And it was like, oh, this was a whole bunch of BS. I may have defended them, but it's also all these other folks by attachment remove. I also know the last couple of days on Twitter, I haven't been posting my body or a lot to do with Drag Race, and it's been fun to go. I've been sort of like separated from my Twitter because I have been dealing with a situation, and I had to get rid of said situation because it was really taking me out. It was not good for my health, that I could feel it. I saw me going back to my old ways, and I was like, whoo, we gotta stop this in now. So like, whatever happened, happened. And it is what it is, and I'm cool with it. I went to Dunkin' Donuts on behalf of said individual, and I was like, oh, and then that happened. So I was just like, oh, okay, boom. Now to Valerie's video, I'm always gonna do something when Valerie hits me up. You know what I'm saying? Like once Valerie hits me up and it's like, Matty, you wanna do something? I'm always down for it. I'm here to key with the doll, like all the time, because Valerie's good people. We have talked behind the scenes. We have built, I got the baby's phone number. Like we do this outside of just YouTube in general. So when I'm talking to Valerie and you see me talking with her, that's my people. Like we're good. And we talk when we get a chance to and all that kind of stuff. We catch up on things and everything. Like it's like that. And same thing with YC Rhino when we're all together, because after the video and even before the video, we're like catching up, and we're also like getting into what we could do together, times we could possibly meet, when we can collab more, all of that stuff. So Valerie hit me up about the video. We had worked together a couple months ago. I got busy. I got into my own little thing going on. So I was like, I'm gonna make some time for this because I've been wanting to work with her. It's been a second. Love me some Val. We do the video, and I know it's like a question wheel. And so me, I don't go into comment sections because I care about my mental health. That's the truth. Like, I'm not gonna go in there. It's probably gonna be some jacked up stuff that somebody said about me. So I'm like, whatever. Nope, not gonna do it. So I didn't realize that it's a post that's made that then people then ask in the comment section, and then they're just picked out and it's put in the wheel. And I'm like, okay, it's for the content. So I'm like, cool, bet, whatever. Ryla. Ryla. I cannot. That is too funny. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. If you want to drop a little bit of love in my jar, please and thank you. We are trying to get this internet saved so we can go live tomorrow and do our video on Drag Race. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App @MattyRants, Venmo Anything and everything is appreciated, but I really do appreciate y'all for being here today. Shout out to 101 of you in this room. Whether you're trolling or not, don't care. Engagement. I enjoy it. All right, so we get to a question, and it is honestly, I personally think, it's kind of funny. I think that was by fate, because that was random. It wasn't like, oh, we're setting that up and that's the question that's asked, but the question about Nina Benita Brown gets brought up. Yeah, Matt924 and MattyRants are the ones, not Matt924 preferred, but if you have like the MattyRants one set up, then you can do it through that, and that's fine for right now because I haven't like done anything yet, and I'm currently working on something with that one. But somehow that question landed on me for some odd reason, and I was like, girl, this, here we go. Because it is something that always gets brought up. It is something that is like lore in like the olden world and between a very small amount of people, but who are aware of the connection in the olden days of when Jamar and me used to cut up for said individual and what happened to stop that from going forward. And so I said the story and I gave it again, but I meant what I said. I don't have any ill will towards them. I am on a different part of my life. I really am. I am on a different part of my life. I am not trying to fight everybody. I am not trying to argue with randos online. I don't know who you are. Bitch, do you wipe your ass? Do you brush your teeth? Do you pay your taxes? Do you mind your business? Do you go to bed at night and wake up the next day and try again like everybody else? Okay, then, so that's what I'm on. That's the time I'm on right now. I'm not on the time of like, girl, I'm worried about you and I'm worried about all that. I don't give a fuck about what's going on with somebody else, bitch. I'm trying to get the fuck up and feed these goddamn cats. I'm trying to pay my bills as we speak. Like, do you feel what I'm saying? So like, I don't need that kind of energy, and I don't need to fight with people online to validate myself anymore, and I don't need to go in and read the girls like that. I already have a resume of that to go off of. If you want me to be that doll, I'll be her again, but just remind yourself, as I get older, it gets nastier, it gets meaner, and my words become very lethal, and all of a sudden, instead of it being funny, it's, damn, that was mean. Yeah, bitch, because I'm not on that time no more. I'm not on the girl laugh about it. I'm not on the I'm a hurt your feelings end of time type of stuff. So like, we are dealing with shit right now around us. Do you know what I'm saying? I got we turn on the news and every other day it's some dumb shit. No, I'm good. I'm good on whatever you got going on. I'm not jealous of any bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm almost at 10 million views. Even when a girl's trying to read me over, your video did only 1,000 views. My other videos are still getting views from years ago. I'm at 10 million with 22,000 some subscribers. Some girls can't even touch that with 100K. Chop. Thank you, Alicia, for the tippy poo. Going to bed and paying taxes. I'm just saying. Scoops. Call me gay. And sure do. Dig up the butt. Like what? So anywho, to what we're going to, and to what we're talking about today, because I can talk that shit. You can't. I can. I don't wish nothing. I don't care. Good for them. Blessings be. But when that question gets asked of me, I'm like, Thank you, Belle. I appreciate that too. Okay, piece of potato. Scoop. Yeah. Let's see. Do 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 do. Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna take you out of it. I have to redo you as it. I just want to make you standard because the managing one, that's Emrika's job. There you go. I was cool with it though, because you see me, I'm just like, let me tap my fingers first. Thank you for your words of thirst. Quite da 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 da. You're here for engagement. Because, mind you, remember I had told you all this. These vertical lives do a lot better, and it does bring in a weird amount of people. What's up, Eric? But like, YouTube promotes them more. So I do at least once a week, and it's true. I've legit noticed the difference. I'm like, oh, okay, so y'all serious about this. But back to it all, I have no tea with Nina. I don't care. It was some old shit from a long time ago. It was some whack shit. Wasn't cool with it then. I don't care about it now. And I just don't wish any ill on them because that happened like damn near 10 years ago. I really don't care. That was season 9. That happened around before even season 10 happened. Like, that was a quick return. Like, once then we're not talking about that season no more. That's when the bull happened. It was like, oh, okay, quickly. So I don't care. I just don't care. So that is to answer that. I'm cool to work with Valerie anytime. Valerie is welcome on the panel anytime. And I've also extended that invitation to YC Rhino whenever they have time on a Sunday to join said panel. And of course, the tea about, oh, because people were being weird in the comments, like, well, the panel broke up, this, that, and the other. When everybody wants to watch the show, that's when the entire cast is there. Dooley is there for the long haul because Dooley wants to be there for the long haul. That's why Dooley is there. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes to like C. Diggy, he pops into certain seasons because that's kind of his thing. That's his thing. But like, when it comes to like Jamar, when he's not working with the chasing series, boom, he gonna be there. Gabby, when she got time, we gonna bring in some other. That's what it is. And the reason why I brought Valerie in, and I'm like, okay, me and Valerie are cool, because I talked to Valerie. And Valerie was also very like reassuring, like, Matt, whenever you have time, whenever you want, just send me the link. I will pop in and says, okay. And to me, I was like, all right. And after this panel, which I enjoyed personally, it was complete chaos of the best kind. She can come back for sure. I was like, okay, that was a good test run. That was a great test run. That was good. Pull her in. If she wants to pop in the last bit, perfect. Perfectly. Like, to be honest, that panel was a lot for me to like handle because I didn't know how that was going to go down. But also, we did lose one of our Drag Race followers. You know, it was sad to see our Captain Toot, you know, unfollow me because of Dooley's words or whatever the case may be, or however it happened. But I defended them, so I stand by that defense, and I felt they won every lip sync. Thank you. Okay, so you want to get into the toxic story. You want to get into the Twitter post where I had to just expel a lot of energy, if you will. Because this is the reason why I didn't do any videos this week. This is why I was late for the Patreon videos. I did get Black Mirror and The Last of Us posted, but I ended up, no, it wasn't Susie, it was Corey that unfollowed me. King too, just what I would say there. But no, I missed my grocery store run. All I did was go to Uber Eats and just ordered so much food. I dead ass went, I just didn't work out. I had like, I don't like confrontation, and I'm realizing that more because I used to be so confrontational, and it was always because I was on my unhealed journey. But since I've, you know, started going to therapy and I've started like really like evaluating what my life is and what I want and my worth, I just realized I cannot argue with people right now anymore because that was just too much of the old shit. And so now the new me is like, And if I start becoming crabby, I'm like, I want to like disassociate because I'm like, ooh, I'm going to say something that's not going to be great. So I'm trying to like exit the room because I'm not trying to ruin anyone's mood. And I'm trying to like pull my brain back together because I'm about to explode. And when I tell you, I have never been gaslit so much in the last 2 weeks of my whole life. I have never had my words twisted and manipulated to the point where I have dead ass exploded on somebody. And I did. I exploded on somebody, and I haven't exploded on somebody in a very long time. Like directly to their face. But when I tell you this story of what was something that was turning, it started out, okay, this can be something serious and I'm gonna take it seriously, but it really wasn't more than what it was. However, because of one person's expectations and needs for something, they created something that was more than what it was. That is, oof, yeah. And so I caught that and I said, how do I disarm this? And what should I do? So, again, to protect said individual, I will say they, them. I will not say their name. I will not use rhyming tools. I won't say what job they worked. I won't say what thing that will be described later to the full effect. I'm going to be very specific so that way everybody knows what I'm talking about. But again, this is my way of getting this off my chest because I was talked to on the most horrible level in a very long time, not 2 nights ago. And I had to go to a birthday party just yesterday with that kind of issue. So this is somebody that I was dating, if you will. We're gonna use they, them. That's what we're just gonna use. I was dating this person, okay? But it turned into something way more. And that's my problem. And I literally said, I do not want to go fast. I want to go slow and take my time, because if I rush into a relationship, if I rush into something that is too monogamous so soon, I guarantee you that person's not going to understand me fully. And you want to know what else? I'm not going to know who they are. And I'm going to find out things that are going to bother me. And I'm going to see things that are going to be like, what? And it's like, I'm not going to have time to process, is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I have a very quick dilemma. You being gone. Log into that new account, baby. Okay. Like, I hope a dick is in your mouth. The fuck? So, listen. All right. Again, if you want to drop a little love in my jar, the tank is open. PayPal.me /MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924, Venmo MattyRants, Venmo MattyRants. You know. So listen. I met this person on a dating app. It was a good flirtation in the beginning, and it was fine. We exchanged numbers quickly, okay? When we did exchange numbers, I initially missed the first 2 phone calls that happened from this person. The Puerto Vallarta trip is in May, so it's literally it's less than 35 days away, so it's around the corner right now. Yes, Auntie, I am very happy. I'm also freaking out because I haven't done the core 3 things I need to do, which is get contact lenses, buy some stuff for the trip, because I need some new clothes, but things for Puerto Vallarta, for the beach, like tank tops and stuff like that, because I'm going to be armed out. And then I need to get my hair done because I want to do something with my hair that's different than a ponytail that I did last time. I'd like to do some like 2-strand twists. So I need to get that done in the next 30 days. All of that. Exactly. All of that done. But back to the story. So met them on a dating app, exchanged numbers, missed the first 2 phone calls. I was like, okay, let me figure this out. I called them. We have a great conversation on the phone. It's a great conversation. It's everything I like about this person is good. I was like, okay, this is where it's at. They like my voice. They like everything about me. We're great. I was like, okay, cool. They asked for me to meet them. And I'm like, I don't have a car right now. They're like, oh, well, you know, my car is down right now. I got in an accident and it's down. I was like, okay, that's understandable. I was like, I'll take an Uber. So I paid for an Uber to go to this person's home. This Uber was not cheap because when you're in Houston, Texas, everything is very, very far. No matter what, unless someone's in your area. If they're not in your area within like a 5-mile vicinity, you're gonna pay some money. I paid $20-something to go see this man, okay? I get to his home and it is in a gated community. It's like all that, okay. I get to the home and, you know, it's a nice place. I was like, okay, this is nice home. You know, I realized there are a lot of people in the house. And there's nothing wrong with that. I was not given a heads up. And this is the factor of you need to ask more questions before you go do something. Because I waited like a day before I went there and we talked twice before I went there. And that's still my bad. I should have waited. But like, I didn't realize what I was walking into. It was like, oh, so your family lives here. It's not just you as an adult. You got your family living here. It's like, okay, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. And it's multiple family members, multiple. And I'm like, all right, this is interesting. So I have social anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of them people. Yeah, I got social anxiety. I don't, especially if I'm not told ahead of time of things, it's gonna take me back. Correct, Kim. Exactly. Like way too soon, way too early. How am I gonna get to know you? What, like, and they don't understand that. And so check it out. Like at one point, I'm like smoking a bleezy with one of the family members, and to me it was bugging me because like there's nothing wrong with that, but again, this is my first day being here. This is wild. And like as accommodating as that is, like I'm just not that person, and that's me. Others can be like, oh, this is cool. That's fine. I'm not that guy. So I was really tested to my limit. I was tested, man. I'm talking about, whoa, I was going through it. So we get to a point where it's like somewhat later on in the day, and you know, we've been talking here and there, and whenever there's no one in the room, we're having these deep conversations and stuff like that. And we get to a point where he's like, okay, let's go to the bedroom and let's just relax or chill. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Mind you, this person just told me I'm not looking for somebody that wants sex. I'm not like that. I think people just want sex. All these people come out here and they just want sex and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just over here like, okay, love that. Love, this is great. Yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is so good. Yes, okay, great. Same day. Same day. This is like literally after giving me about 3 drinks. Like I'm tipsy to the wind, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff, right? So we wow pow, thank you now, right? That happened. After all that, we wow pow. I know my worth. So if I ever found out that he would tell someone like, oh, it was trash or whatever, baby, please. This motherfucker over here, whoo, oh my God, I'm in love. Oh, all of that. And I was like, okay, whoo, I gotta calm down. I just met you. I gotta calm down. It was like, okay, all right, bet. Like, okay, all right. So that turned into, I can't let you go. I gotta be with you. We gotta talk exclusively, this, that, and the other. And so I was like, mind you, I'm now realizing we did this with the people in the house. And they were like all over the other place, but like that now is running through my head. And I'm like, oh my God, absolutely not. Now, mind you, if you knew the household situation, it was loud to begin with. There's music being played in the room. There's a video game being played in this area. There's all this thumping and bumping and going, all that kind of stuff. And even in the room that we're in, it's like loud and stuff. So it's like maybe, possibly, but still, how is this going to happen going forward? Because I'm going to be thinking about this consistently. And that was already playing in my mind. So I leave. We have like 2 days apart. He's like, please come back. I want you to come back. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I want you to come back. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I want you to come back. I come back 2 days later. Okay. I was doing videos around this time. This is before the Lollapalooza. Okay. So I just want to give you a timeline for those of you who were seeing maybe my energy change, so you can understand where I was coming from and where I was going, and why this week in particular, it was very hard for me to do a video. So we get to me coming back over, and there are now more people in the house that I have never seen before, making my anxiety go even further. And I'm talking about through the roof. I can't even process what's going on, because how you were talking to me on the phone was like, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna watch movies, and we're gonna chill. And instead, what's up, Brianna Rose? And instead, and hey, everybody that's new tuning in, appreciate you for being here. And instead, you're in the kitchen cooking for the entire family, and the entire family is in the home. Mind you, this time he came and picked me up because he got a car that he could use. And I waited the majority of the day. And I get there and I'm like, what? And so I'm now, I'm gone. I'm disassociating. I am now on my phone. And it's not because I'm mad at him. It's not because his family is terrible people. It's because I wasn't prepared for any of this. I wasn't even told what was going on. I wasn't even given a heads up. You just, and not everybody, what's the word I'm looking for? And not everybody can walk into situations and be like, oh, there's people, and that's fine. I'm one of them folks that's like, who is coming? I need to know. If new people are there, I become extremely observant because I'm trying to figure out what kind of person this is, because not everybody needs to be in your circle. Not everybody needs to be your friend. Not everybody needs to be an acquaintance. You don't need to know everybody. Motherfuckers like to talk. People like to be weird. So I don't know, and I know that's your family, but like, you didn't even tell me that. This could just be somebody that's a neighborhood, whatever. I don't know. So I'm now in my phone. I'm literally in my phone. I'm just trying to disassociate. I speak when spoken to. He's asking me what's my issue, what's going on, all that kind of stuff. He's smoking his stuff or whatever, and it's like, okay. At one point, they pull me up and say, hey, come over here, come in the room with me. What's wrong? I was like, you didn't even tell me these people are gonna be over here. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going through it. Like, when I walk in, I say hello, I don't hear anything said to me, so I'm already overthinking. Again, I don't know what's going on right now. And this is just the person I am, especially after things I've been through. Because I told him the night before, we had like a deep conversation about like our past history with dating. I told him one of my trauma stories, like something I haven't even shared with y'all that happened in Vegas that has literally changed like my life. You know what I'm saying? Of some real dark, grimy stuff that somebody did to me. You know what I'm saying? And like, he understands, okay, I get that you've been through it, but you've been healing through therapy and you've been like actually doing the work. And so, based off of the conversation, how I feel about stuff. And yet here we are with you not telling me everything. But it got flipped on me. And I was told that I am making them feel bad. Because of how I'm acting. Every ring, 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 every bell in my brain was going, uh-oh. I was like, oh my God. This is what's about to happen. This is where this is going. And I'm talking about, and it begins. And I really mean that. And it begins. So I come back in there. I do speak to the other people that are there, and they speak back, because he pulls me in the room and goes, hey, he thought that y'all weren't speaking to them, but I'm telling them that you're wrong, because like that's what that's about. So like just say what's up. And I'm like, there is no kind of like inching forward. There is no sort of like anything. It is straight up that. And then it's told to me, that's who I am. That's the kind of person. That's what you need to deal with. You need to be comfortable because you doing this and making me feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, this is day 2. This is day 2 of me being in this, 2 dose of me being in this house. The first day I didn't bring no ganja. This day I got the ganja. So when I tell you every cigarillo was rolled that day, because I had to make it. I had to bombard myself with, and I have been, to be very honest with you, these last 2 weeks, I have been huffing and puffing. Because like my anxiety through the roof. They weren't even clocking into that. That's why I was like, this ain't gonna work. Like, you're not even like seeing how I'm feeling. And when I tell you something, okay, anywho. So I sit down, I'm on my phone still. I then am told, hey, I think it's really fucked up that you've been on your phone this entire time I've been here. I'm sorry. It's been stressful. We're not doing anything. I got the TV right here. You can watch something on the TV. Because, like, I invited you over to spend time with me. You in the kitchen cooking. You talking to the family. You doing your own thing. What are you talking about? I'm now supposed to just be sitting here and just yes and yes and oh, I know what you're talking about. What? So, I put my phone down. I go watch TV. It is what it is. I'm spending the night. So, like, take a shower, do all that, get in the bed. They want sex. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But what if? I'm just kidding. We didn't do it, right? I go to sleep in the middle of the night. And they'll deny it, but I literally had to elbow them in the face in the middle of the night. Like 3 o'clock in the morning. I felt it, and I'm talking about my whole body went, what? Who asleep? No. The previous day, I like put food in my cat's bowls and did everything set for a day for them. and we agreed to come back to my apartment to like refeed the babies and check on them. Okay. So the following, so again, that morning, okay, I'm skipping. Woo! No, let's wow. Okay. Bring it in, Matt, because this is crazy. This is when it really gets crazy. Ha! I almost skipped a huge part of this story. So that was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We go back to sleep. I have to go to a doctor's appointment. So do they. Okay. And they're going to take me to the doctor because it is very expensive to go to my doctor from where I live. It's a lot. They also had to go on that side of town. It worked out perfectly. So it was like, okay, we're just going to go in the morning. That's why they got the car. That's why they got me. That's why we did this in the first place. That's why I'm even there. Okay. So about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, before the sun's even up, I hear, what the fuck is this bullshit? And I'm like, what? And I turn over in this bed and they're on their phone and they're reading a message that someone sent them at midnight talking about, fuck you, when I see you, I'm gonna fuck you up. This person is plus 10 years of age older than me. I'm 38. Do the math. And you're getting messages about people trying to bop you at midnight. I don't even, as much as I get spam messages. No, my number's not out. No, how, what? Your number's out, what? What's that? What's going on? And then brings up something from like high school. You hold on, plus 10 years of age older than me. You talking about some beef with somebody from high school? And he go, about a situation that happened. I'm a Libra. Virgo rising, Gemini moon. Oh, everything that I just have been through these last 2 days and me trying to like be on this course of like, I'm feeling it and I want all that. And activation. Oh yeah, I got up. Cause now I'm like, you got beef with strangers because high key, people who I went to high school with, now to me, unless we've talked in the past 15 years, and there are people I haven't talked since the day I graduated, are strangers. Until I see them and it's like, you remember from here, and then I remember, now you not again. Now I remember. But right now, everybody's a stranger. I've been living a whole nother life. So you're dealing with that still? All right. I'm in the bed. I get the phone number. I try to trace the number. I don't find anything. The Holy Spirit is what I will say did this. I put this in my Christian faith. You can say the universe pulled in, whatever you want to do. Someone threw something in the air real quick, a little piece of salt. I say the Holy Spirit got me. I felt something say, look this person up. Look him up. Right now, in this bed, at this time, on this phone, look him up. Right now, put the name in the phone. Put the phone number associated with the situation in there. And mind you, every time I was in that home and I had left something out, like my wallet or something like that was important to me, and I moved it, I was always being told, okay, why are you doing that? Why are you doing all that? What's wrong? You thinking we're about to steal something from you? This is my family's home. And I'm over here like, this is for me. I don't know you, mother. I don't know y'all like that. I am letting things go with me because I need to see where it is. I do not know you. I find a whole lot. News reports. And recent. Not last year, this year. Not 2 minutes ago. Theft. And then it all hit me. The previous day, we tried to go to a store and we couldn't go in the store. And they said that something had happened where they got in a fight and it got banned. But then I looked this up. That's the store. That's the article. That's you saying they robbed that store for quite a while too. Now, I'll be real. I'm not judging that person on things that happen because one, shit goes down and we all have different lives and we all have our struggles, this, that, and the other. So I truly and honestly wasn't holding it on them, but in my brain, mind, soul, body, and spirit, Deborah's son, I could hear my mama telling me, now, Matthew, address it because you're not going to be able to hold that. And you need to address it and you need to watch how they respond to it. And you know what's up if they respond to it all kinds of wrong. And wait to see if they bring it back up again in a moment of disagreement. And bitch, when I say exactly what happened, because when I brought it up, they got defensive. Well, why did you look that up in the first place? What would make you want to look that up in the first place? I'm sorry. We just are now spending the, second to third night together. You talking about me moving in here and shit because I told you that my lease is up and all that kind of stuff and everything. What's up, Kende? And hey, Aaron. I didn't know Kende was with you. But like, how you gonna turn that on me? And I'm asking just a question about it. And I literally was in the bed, butt naked, sitting there like, I am just asking a question about this. And so they said that they were framed and they were set up and da-da-da-da. That could be the case. And so I'm not putting that off the table. However, how you're reacting to it is giving me indicator of something else. And that was really pressing my spirit the entire time we were together for the rest of it. Because it was almost like every time that there was a moment of disagreement, that was brought back up in the argument. Like, once you look me up, that was it. And I'm like, see, this is something that you've been dealing with this before. Somebody else is you're dealing with this with other people. Okay, and now it's being brought on. Okay, bad. Anywho, let's move on with the story. That was that day, that morning prior to like leaving, going to the doctor. I go to the doctor's, we do all that, the full bed. We stop here to put food in the cat's bowls, okay? Because I needed to refeed and do all of that. They came into my apartment. I showed them my apartment, kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom. I showed them my apartment. This is imperative information. Stay with me. Showed them the apartment. Okay? Mamu went under the bed. No greets, no meats, no nothing. That's not Mamu. That is not Mamu-chan. That is not my baby boy. Immediately. What I do know about Mina is that if you do come in and you give all kinds of like good energy, she is very leery and then she'll take her time with you. If you come in aggressive, she roll up. Mina was in that motherfucker's face. All the way. She kept patrolling when we were standing there. Like, she'd come around and just literally circle us and then go in the room. I know my kids, okay? I know them. Mom will do a check one time. Nope, I'm out the door. Mina I'm going to patrol the block. I'm going to keep on running. If y'all cool, I'm going to roll up on you and want to lay on you, and that's how I like you. And that's Mina's I like you. Or like, there you go. Like Darnell, hey, DW. I was just with DW yesterday. Darnell will tell you, because Darnell knows my cats. And Mina took time But now Mina comes up whenever Darnell come in the door and is always like, hello. And same thing with Mamu. Mamu literally will just look at him now and be like, okay, you here. Cause like he used to him now. You know what I'm saying? So like very much that's what it was. But where are we at, Robert? I wish you could follow along, but you're on a different path than the rest of the people watching today. Kissy kiss. So, doctor's office. Okay. Now, I didn't have all the money in the world, but the thing is, y'all, we haven't done an actual date. And I'm trying to date somebody. They talked about moving in, this and the other. I never once indicated that, yes, we're going to do that. I was like, that's something that I'm really interested in, but we got to keep on talking. And again, we were having different conversations, apparently. Okay. We were having different conversations, apparently. We weren't. We were. So when they picked me up from the doctor, and I was like, okay, bet. I'm like, I want to treat you to something. This is me doing that, okay? I want to treat you to something. I'm like, let's just go to somewhere cheap restaurant where we can sit down, have a margarita, blah, 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 and just do something normal. So we go to like Chili's. We get to Chili's. They're on the phone with a company dealing with some mess that having issues with over like not getting their money back or whatever. So it's an aggressive conversation. They've been smoking the entire time on the way from the doctor's office to where we're going. I go get us a booth, sit down, me and the waitress exchange great banter. We were like, kiki. They come and sit down. Why did the waitress clock me? Because when I started speaking to her again, she was like, where did your energy go? I was like, girl, I'm telling the ancestors are speaking through you. The way I almost spoke to her just by looking at her, and then I had to readjust myself. Because then I like had to amp it back up again. And they noticed that, like, oh, okay, so y'all buddy. It was that kind of bit. It was like, yeah, like me and her like had a good banter. But again, this is where it was. So at one point, they're on the phone and they get loud, like really, really loud. And they're going off on the person. And it's bitches and all that. I'm like, yo, we're in a restaurant. I just had a conversation about embarrassing me in public. So they get up to leave, but their whole restaurant is now like this, like no one's talking. Waitress come back, checking on me. Is he okay? Yeah, he's just dealing with something. The people on a date that were with us were looking at me like, you good? Yeah, I'm fine, it's fine. He come back and like, sorry, I had to handle all that. Whoop, 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 whoop. The waitress come by, talking about you had us all on quiet or whatever. Oh, sorry, I'm loud. I'm from the country. That's how I am. That was the explanation. No, like real apology. Like that's just me. I'm like, okay. The food was good. We finish it up. I end up spilling the queso because I just, you know me, I'm clumsy or whatever. Come back to the house, all that jazz. They wanted to go and get some more stuff for their hookah. I was bored and didn't want to sit there at the house because I'm going to tell you, and y'all are going to gag at this. When we got back to the house, they were on their phone the entire time, looking at videos the entire time while cooking again for a lot of people. After the full, you need to take your phone down, you're with me, da, da, da. After all of that, all of it, fly. After all of that, I even brought it up, and they got upset with me about that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna let it go. You had a bad day with the people on the phone. That's fine. So they want to go get some stuff for the hookah. And I said, okay, bet. Let's go get the hookah. I was like, oh, let me go with you. Because I didn't want to sit in the house. I just wanted to get out the house. They then were like, nah, I'm just have my family member go do it. And then they pulled me to the side. I'm like, what is this? Do you not trust me? What are you talking about? Do you not trust me? Because, like, I feel like you wanted to go to the store with me to keep tabs on me. What? 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 I appreciate you, like, liking me a whole lot. I don't want jealousy. I don't like that. The other day, I told them I was going to Puerto Vallarta, and the first thing they said was, are there any tops going? Yes. And so now we're on this day of you telling me, because I just wanted to get in the car and not be in this house full of people for a second and just be somewhere else where I could also pick up some cigars and do what I gotta do. But I am the wrong one. I'm the wrong one. And I told them, look, I'm not jealous. I just wanted to get up and I just wanted to go. I promise you. No, I'm a man and I know how men think. Hi, me too. You're a man, I'm a man. So are you telling me that, like, you are jealous and you don't trust people around me? So if I go with you because you think the same way that I think the same way as you, is that right? I'm not, why are you talking to me like that? I'm just asking the question because when you say something like, I know how men think, I'm a man, and I'm like, okay, ain't no pussy here, so what are you talking about? What's going on? Like, I'm trying to lead, what's happening? This is confusing. We have lost the plot of this. I want to remind people that I drink a lot with this person. They drink, like, often. What happened, how, again, I'm not trying to spill any tea or give this person's life story, but they're not working anymore because they had to retire, and they did it earlier than expected, but they did retire. They had to retire. So they don't got nothing going on. And there's a lot of time spent at home. And so whenever I wasn't there, it was, you need to come over here. I need to see you. I miss you so much, and all that kind of stuff. And while that is some sweet things to say to somebody that you miss, this would be the everyday experience. And it was turning into some weird shit because I'm going, okay, I don't have time like that. So when I'm like, I got to work on a video, well, why can't I just come over there after the video? Because maybe I want a day to decompress. I have just met you. We have spent the majority of our time together off of the first day after we had sex. All of that. I'm not going to say what it is, but I just want to give, like, the things around it, but not too much, because I don't want there to be any research behind this person. I just want to tell my story and just get it out. But, like, where am I at with this? So they have a lot of time. So there's not a lot going on. And again, whenever we were talking, it was always that come over. At one point, you know, it was like, I'm like, hey, I don't like leaving my cats over here by themselves. And their response was, we can just put them in the bathroom. Why would we put the cats in the bathroom? Well, they'd be over here and, you know, you'd be good. No, cats in a room, and we're just putting them in the room, in the bathroom, that's it. It's a big bathroom. That is not the point. And my kids, my fur children, oh no, they're spoiled. There's no way on God's green earth, especially my Muchan, Mina. Mina would tear up that bathroom. But Mamu, cries out, no, no, no. So I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen. They cocked an attitude about that. So we got into it really bad over me, that one night when I was sort of disassociated, and they said that I made them feel bad about it, and they were disappointed in me because they have done nothing but provide like a place where I could feel safe, and they reassured me of this. And for me to, get to my phone and be in my phone like that was just really fucked up, and it was like a slap in their face, like told me all this shit. And then because again, this is all like accumulating for me now, and this is like literally the first week of me meeting somebody and we're having these kind of conversations. So I leave, and this is literally prior to the Lollapalooza. All of that happened Monday through Wednesday of last week. Excuse me, Sunday through Wednesday. That was Sunday through Wednesday of last week, everybody. I have a day of a break. They wanted me to come over that Thursday. After being there Sunday, coming back home Monday, picking me back up Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, I get back home Thursday morning. I do a video with y'all. We did that live that we did. Friday, I gotta do the Lollapalooza. I want to see you again. It is Friday. I just saw you for all these days. I really need to personally do what I got to do with this here. Moderators, can you handle that, please? And thank you. Thank you, Lindsay Liam. You're an account that's called notification. Be very serious. Anywho, I was like, okay. That was funny. So we get to that Friday. I filmed the Lollapalooza. Okay. So, Nicki Minaj, J. Real, would you do this for as many years as me? You know when it's bullshit. Because YouTube would have ended the video. Like they would have ended the video. The video would have been like, whoop, like that. Or I would have seen something directly for me that you couldn't have seen if that was the case. So that's why it's like, okay, girl, you're an account called that. You have got to do better. But no, it's yeah, we that's why I was like, oh, y'all don't catch that? Let me go ahead and tell y'all that's not real. And YouTube would be verified, right? And then when you block them, their whole name pops up as something completely different. It's like, okay, it's not even that. Black. So listen, where was I at? Come on, brain. Oh yeah, so it's that Friday. I do the Lollapalooza. I had a good time with the Lollapalooza episode. Janae, they probably did, but like YouTube would review it and be like, okay, what is this? And some people do report my videos that just don't like me, by the way. I know. I'm aware. It's like, okay. But no, I filmed the Lollapalooza. They hit me up. It's like, hey, I want to come over and spend some time. I feel like we're not spending any time. And ever since I seen you, you like have become busy. And I don't want to stop you from doing your work. I respect you for what you're doing because you talked about it's your passion. But I feel like you could still spend some time with me. And I'm like thinking to myself, I just spent like a course of multiple days with you. Very, like, again, we did a lot so quickly. We're rushing this. We need to slow it down. And I try to convey this, but like, it really wasn't happening. It just really wasn't happening. So I say, you can come over. I was like, you can come over and spend the night. Because they were already like out and about, and they said they were at somebody's house, and that, you know, they were on the way home, and like, you know, you can come this way. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, whatever, right? So I was like, let's see what happens. They come over, piss drunk. Piss drunk. 11:30 something in the morning, in the evening time. This is literally right after I just finished editing the Lollapalooza episode. For those of you on my Patreon, all that I'm about to tell you just happened right after that. Like, I just uploaded it. And I was promoting the video on social media when they had came over. They were loud. It is late. When it's past a certain time in my home, I just have respect for my neighbors, and I know my neighbors try to do the same for me. At least most of them do. I for sure know that I can tell that at a certain point we all go, okay, so we're not going to be assholes after 10. We can watch our shit. We can watch movies. The music can be up. That's fine. But like, once we get to the 1 a.m. or once it's past everybody on, like, just do your own shit and like just not do too much. You come in here loud. And then when I tell you to relax and chill out, because I can tell you've been drinking, I can smell it on you, you've been driving drinking, you gonna tell me, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you trying to change me? Why are you talking to me like I don't know any better, like I'm stupid or something? I got a master's degree. And I'm not gonna clown nobody's master's degree, but if I told you what it was in, you'd giggle. You would. You'd giggle. You'd giggle. I was like, oh, okay. But anywho, bitch, I was like, what? So I had to check myself, and I was like, all right, this is already weird. I had just decompressed from our time together. You're in here now. You're bringing your home's energy into my home, and that's not okay. Mama was nowhere to be seen. I had trouble finding him. I tried to bring him out of the bed. He would not come. Mama was like, I am sitting under this bed. I'm not going nowhere. Nina was doing the patrol on the block, all that kind of stuff. They were on their phone when they got here. They were like, I know you're working on your stuff, so I'm going to be on my phone. And so they were on their phone just laughing really loud. They had the phone turned all the way up. Like, that's such a turn off, and I hate shit like that when people have their phone on full blast in public or like with people in situations. Mind you, we just had a conversation about being on the phone in front of other people and like trying to take away time and attention. I had been done what I was doing, sitting next to them, and they were still on the phone doing what they were doing. So I'm like, let's just go to bed. Okay, cool. We get to my bed. They try to have sex again, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood because this was just too much. Why are you acting like that? Bro, you came in here all kind of crazy. I can't, this is wild to me. All of this is wild to me. This is wild. I was like, let's just go to bed. We go to sleep. He wakes me up in the middle of the night. He's like, you need to go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. He gets up, where's the bathroom? Did I not just tell y'all that he came in my home not 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago. And I gave a tour of the entire apartment. You also just came in this night and you walked through my place, doors open and everything. So I'm like, it's right there. I was like, his bathroom's right there. Let me say that the right way. The bathroom's right there. And then I roll back over. Why you got an attitude? It's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. you're trying to pick a fight about me telling you about where the fucking bathroom is. All right. I said I was not trying to talk to you crazy. Okay? I was not trying to talk to you crazy. I'm just trying to tell you where the bathroom is. The way you said it was all kinds of fucked up. This is not the square footage of this apartment. It, no. They're now sitting in the bathroom trying to find the light. But instead of proactively looking for it, they start to get loud. 3 a.m. This motherfucker talking to me crazy. I'm not even playing. This motherfucker in the bathroom, this motherfucker talking to me crazy about going to the bathroom, like loud enough, because the bathroom is where I can hear everything and we all can hear each other. Those walls are thin. Not the walls for the apartment, but the walls for the bathroom. Yeah, those are thin. I get up to go turn on the light for him. And I do get up speedily. I got like boom, back to the bed. Not because I was frustrated with him. I did that because I wanted to get back in the bed and go to sleep. It's 3 a.m. in my home. When I was in his home, I was this. I was meek. I was humble. When I felt uncomfortable, I was quiet and all that kind of stuff, and then was told that I was disrespectful for being that way. But when you're in my house, you got this attitude that now is my attitude because you feel I should do things a certain way when it's not that deep in the first place. Like, nothing about this was deep. Nothing about this was deep. When they finish using the bathroom, they come back in there in my bedroom. I'm in the bed as we speak, trying to go back to sleep. They get in the bed, like all that kind of shit. And I'm like, what? Now look, man, I don't like how you were just talking to me. Talking to you about what? And that's exactly what I said. The way you talked to me with this light switch and the way you just got up and how you flipped it on with this attitude. What did I do to deserve that? I didn't do anything to deserve that. Like, I did nothing but be kind to you. I did nothing but protect you. What are we talking about? Why are you saying that? What do you mean, why am I saying that? What are you talking about? I got up and turned on the light switch because I wanted to get back in the bed. I got up quickly because I do that. I do that when I am in here alone and I just want to go in and pee and then run back into the bedroom and forget I didn't wash my hands because I forgot and I'm just trying to go back to sleep. I'll worry about the back day in the morning. What? They then said, it's the way you've been talking to me, and this started in my home, and now it's in this home, and I just don't know anymore, and like, I just asked to go to the bathroom, and then he mocked how I spoke, and that is when it was up. And I have actually been very kind throughout this entire bullshit. I was kind for those days where every time something was turned on me, I tried to have those debates and those conversations with him to understand. I allowed him to win every time because I was trying to be like, you know what, Matthew, maybe I'm the person. Maybe this is really me, and maybe I just need to like chill out and be a little bit more submissive. But when I tell you, you have come into my home, you have broken the peace agreement in my home. The only people who can break speech of a peace of any kind in my home is Mamu-chan and Minako. Those are the two that can make me yell, get upset, or frustrated. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. You cannot. I went off. But I did what going off looks like at 3 a.m. when you don't want to be getting an email from the leasing office. Have you ever gotten somebody together almost in a whisper? Because that's what I did. Oh, I went off. You're mad at me about a fucking light switch? You're mad at me about a light switch and about finding out where the bathroom is that you've been to. And guess what? Guess what? I'm sorry. If I mistook you for understanding the layout of a living room, kitchen, bathroom, one-bedroom apartment, I apologize. I'm sorry. But the way you've been talking to me, the way you have taken everything I have said and flipped it into something else, every time I try to tell you my side of things, you then go, come lay down, come cuddle with me, come, let's have sex. But you don't want sex, but you do want sex, but you do want it, but don't you want it? Let me tell you something. I just wanted to work tonight. I wanted to go to sleep, but you wanted to come over. And I let my home be open to you. And ever since you came up in here, you have disturbed nothing but that. That's what you've done. And now you're mad at a bathroom door and a light switch? Okay. And I literally got back in the bed and just put my covers over. And they go, and I kid you not, wow. The way you just talked to me, wow. Look, I gotta go, because I don't know what you're gonna do. I said, what I'm gonna do? What do you mean, what am I gonna do? Yeah, the way you were just speaking to me, like, I don't know what kind of person you are. Because you could, like, take out a knife or something. I got up from that bed. I turned on every light in my home. I unlocked the door. I looked for things for him. I was like, did you get everything? Did you get everything? Oh, I'm looking for this. Here you go. This is yours. I opened the door. I opened the door. No words. Closed, locked, turned off every light, rolled a bleezy, smoked that mother down, and went right back to bed. I got to my phone because the Gemini switched its spirit in me, and I said, let me make a phone call to make sure this person got home because they've been drinking and it's late. And so I called them. Hello, obviously you're up because I know you feel in some kind of way. I said, did you make it home? Yes, I made it home. Okay, good. I'm glad you made it home. What was that about? What do you mean, what was that about? A light switch in a bathroom door. That's what that was about. That's what we just did. That's what all that was. A light switch in a bathroom. That's what happened. And you came over here and you try to do this. This how I nope, not here. Because I did all that for the several days I was there, and that was too much for me. This is the peace that you will not shake. I still apologize because, again, y'all don't know what kind of tip I'm on right now. Because I knew what was going to happen. Because that was my last day, truthfully. And this is all Friday night after the Lollapalooza, all of that, prior to me Saturday doing my review. Do you know that's one of my best videos this season? That solo review I did that Saturday, y'all tuned in for that one. Even more for the panel. That morning, that afternoon. Yeah. All that night, that happened. And so at the beginning of that video, when I tell you my whole, y'all don't even know the night this is what I was talking about. And I held all that in, and it exploded all this week. So, Saturday goes by, Sunday goes by. We have spoken, we're on the phone, we're good now, but babe, you need to come over. When am I going to see you again? I don't know, because I got to work this week. I had a lot that I promised y'all. The texting happened, and then the daily call would happen. And that Monday, because it was the Sunday when he asked me to come over, and I was like, no, I'm going to stay at the house. And then Monday, that was when I got the phone call about, like, come on, you can come over here, you can bring the cats, you can do all that, da da da. I don't understand what the problem is. I feel like you don't want to see me right now, and like you won't even invite me over there, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like still thinking about the fact that you came in my house and said that you were threatened by me after you just gaslit me the entire night of me work, like what? And then all the stuff that happened at the house, like I'm telling you, everything was playing in my mind. Every single time they're like, can you come over? Can I come over? All of that kept playing. The lie I found out with that when I addressed it to you. And then that Tuesday when he said, I feel like you still are bringing up the stuff, or you still thinking about the stuff that you found out about me. And I was like, we're still talking about that? Because I told you I was good with it, but you now are making it a case because you're trying to figure out what the problem is. When you keep forgetting that what you did in my home was crazy sauce, on top of every time I told you there was an issue, you basically told me that I was tripping and to chill out. So I just didn't talk to them Tuesday. I texted Tuesday. The slow exit was working, but during the slow exit, I was going through it anxiety-wise because this person told me if I ever hurt them, that I'd be dead to them. If we ever like had something happen, like very passionate individual. Again, not a lot going on. We already had our own moments of arguing this, that, and the other. This man just sit there and told me that I like made him feel some kind of way. I don't know how he would flip that, turn that. So again, I have been going through it. Spending money that I don't need to spend. Very much trying to make sure that I don't implode on the inside because I do not like confrontation, and all of that lust and all that we had is turning into something that is dramatic, it is toxic, it is wrong, and I'm the person who emotionally is getting ABU the rest of it on this side. Because the fact that he made it about me hurting him, I'm still blown away by all that, because I'm like, you clearly never listened to nothing I even said. Y'all, this is 2 weeks. The week of us spending time together, this week of me saying no and me distancing. Do you understand me? Like, this is nuts. This is nuts. So Wednesday, I didn't speak to them at all. Because Thursday, it's my friend's birthday. I'm going to put up the pictures very soon. It's my friend's birthday. And I wanted to, like, spend time with him. He kept on saying, why can't you come over here? Why can't you do it? I miss holding you. I miss this, that, and other. It's like, okay. Ooh. So Wednesday comes. I don't even call. I don't even text. And then he waits to call me at like 10 o'clock at night, like really late in the evening, right? And when I answer the phone, I don't answer like sad. I just answer like, hello. Oh, hello. And I'm like, hi, how's it going? Oh, really? Yes, really. How are you? Because I said, you're calling to fight. In my heart, in my mind, you're calling to fight. You're calling for me to do. No, that's not going to happen. So you're not getting this energy from me. It's not going to happen. I just told them my day. I asked them how their day was doing. They're like flabbergasted by the whole thing and all that kind of stuff. And so they're like, we need to talk about what's really going on. I said, you know what? We sure do. And then I just said it. I said, I can't do this anymore. And the way I worded it for them, because I already saw how they were flipping everything on me, is I had to make it about me. That is the only way I could walk away from this. I can't be the person who you want me to be. What you're expecting of me in the time that I have, I can't give it to you. And it's the truth. That is all very true. Now, I didn't make it about the gaslighting. I didn't make it about the lie. I didn't make it about all the, you basically said some bullshit at this bed talking about what I was going to do. I didn't do none of that. I just said, me personally, this is where I'm at. Do you know that got flipped on me? This is why I didn't do my video yesterday. Because yesterday I had to I posted that shit on Twitter and I walked the fuck away. I literally had to go think about somebody's birthday. And even when I was at the table, DW in the chat was with me. He'll tell you I was checked out for half of that dinner because I still was thinking about the stuff that was said to me, the words that were said to me, all of that. One of the things that stuck out to me was, I'm tired of you black men. I'm gonna date whites and Mexicans now. I was the last straw for the black gays. Yes. I was the last straw. I was the last straw. See, I'm the last hue away from the Negro, and he was like, nah. See, that light skin did me dirty. Now we just gonna go on the other side. Like that was literally a way of getting. He was doing everything he could to get at me and make me feel like shit. And so I was told that I was evil, that what I did was so dirty and so wrong, me telling him that I'm the problem and I got to separate myself because, yes, he said, I have never been talked to so low in my entire life. And then proceeded to tell me every story of his ex in the process of all this. I'm just listening. And I'm not saying anything because I'm like, what do you want me to say? And at one point I start crying because, again, you bring it up and you try to pull it this way. And it's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I just said, I am stepping away from this. I'm walking away from it because I can't be the person you're asking me to be right now. And you want more time with me. I don't have it. And I apologize for that. But every time I spoke to you, you flipped my words. Every time that I would say, everything was manipulated into this weird way to where I just would agree and be good with it. When you asked me to put something down, you then did the same thing I was told not to do. And when I ask you about it, you catch an attitude. What are you talking about? Troll coming up in here saying some bullshit. Fuck out of here with that. It's the truth. And so then you're now telling me I'm an evil person. I'm this, that, and the other. You make me feel like a dog. How dare you? And this, that, and all this kind of stuff. All this to make me feel the lowest of the low. And it was like, I could just sit there and just listen to this. This was my Wednesday night. And so I received all of that. I let him get it out. And I'm talking about that man talked. He just kept going and trying to find new things to make me more upset and just kept, and I just let him because I'm like, whatever you got to do to feel better, you can do that because you don't realize that I'm not walking away from this oh, that was nothing. No, I'm walking away from the damage of you making me feel like everything I think and every word I say is not what's coming out of my mouth. That you did in several days. Through passion and through wanting and liking somebody. You left it on that. And then when you got on this phone with me, the moment that I'm having a moment of telling you, I can't do this no more, you say everything now you really want to say. You even brought up the fact that my apartment could fit in your house. You brought up the fact that you have all this money. And you even mentioned me needing a place to live in October. So this is about that now. You think that this is really I need you. You think that. We, again, we're just getting to know each other. I don't need you. I don't. And it was a wild ride. So Thursday, I woke up after hanging up the phone. That, mind you, that call was like at 10:11. Didn't get off the phone until like 1:30, 1:45 a.m. of him just going off on me. Yeah, Mel, I'm very much a lot more nice than people play me to be, and this is why I take so much offense to the stuff on Reddit, because people do not know who the fuck I am. They do not know who I am, like, at all. Like, you saw a video of me talking about a drag queen that you like and I'm evil. No, girl, you have no clue. I am literally trying to be the in-between, but when you take me there, I will go there, one, and then the way I leave you is going to be a slow walk. It's gonna be a slow walk, and you will know it because I'm just gonna disengage. And guess what? I will never have to drag you. I'm never gonna talk about, I'm not gonna do any of that because it's done. We're done. It's done. It's over. It's over with. That you came around, that was that. It is what it is. But yeah, Thursday was tough. I kept playing back a lot of stuff that was said to me and a lot of things that were happening. And I had to talk to my therapist this morning. I cried a lot with my therapist, man. Like, because I had to, like, again, like I'm talking to y'all, I had to release a whole lot of shit. And I told her way more details of what was going on. I told y'all very much a brisk version of that story. Because if you had been a fly on the wall, you'd been like, what? I don't think that that guy is a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad person. I really don't. I don't think he's bad. I think he needs something that I can't give him. Pidge, thank you so very much. Love to you. Thank you for the PayPal tippy poo. Thank you, baby. Thank you so much. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he needs to find something to do with his time, and that's not a read. He's got a lot of time on his hands, and he has done a lot with his life, and so he feels that it's time for him to settle down with somebody, and he wants them to be with them a little bit more than, you know, maybe you know, they got to be locked in with them, and that is just not me right now. And because of the want and need for that attention so often, the beginning stages of whatever affection and attraction I had were slowly disappearing. And something he said about, you never liked me in the first place, or you never, and it was like, that's not even, that's absolute bullshit. Because I really did like them, but as things progressed, that changed because I can't be around eggshells with you every day. Like, I'll never forget, I was eating and it came up several times because, like, they like my body and they talked about my body. I have a perfect body, da 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 da, and that made me feel really good. But when I would eat a lot, like, you know, I'm like now eating a bunch of food. Okay, don't eat too much. I like your body the way it is. If you get too big, I'm not gonna want to have nothing to do with you. First 4 days, that kind of conversation. Yep. Honey. Yeah, so I feel I dodged a bullet. And y'all know I have lost a lot of weight. I have been on my very fitness journey and I've done a lot for myself. I talked about the body dysmorphia I have. So to have someone say that shit to me, boom. I have social anxiety sometimes and takes some time to acclimate to the situations. Throws me immediately into the water. Boom. When we try to have conversations where I need to say what I need to say and they need to listen, it's disregarded. It's, you're not hearing me, or it's, come on, come over here and cuddle. Boom. You come in my home, took away my peace. Boom. Mamu ran under the bed every time he came over here. Boom, boom, boom. That's 3 booms for just Mamu. We get the thing that happened in the bed. He's talking about, I'm making you feel uncomfortable. What? Boom, boom, boom. No, we good. We're done. I take a lot. And maybe that's because I love love and I want love to be the answer and I hope for the best for me and all that kind of jazz. And I am not a perfect person. I definitely have like a lot that I still have to work through and deal with. And of course, you can meet someone and it's not always gonna be picture perfect. You still need to get to know the person and you need to gradually spend time with them to know if you can like want to live with them, if you want to like spend every day with them, if you need a break from them. Some people need social breaks. I have friends in a relationship now that live together that sometimes literally have different rooms in the house because they want to do something different and not just be around each other all the time. Like, it wasn't going to end well, Natasha. And truth be told, I felt uncomfortable and I thought something dangerous was going to happen later or something was going to take place where I was going to be put in a situation that was going to set me back. And it could be in many different forms, in different ways, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever the case may be. Like, as much as it's like, oh, I move in and I can save money and I like this guy a lot, da da da, and it will fall. My babies are gonna be in the bathroom because you got dogs. Nope, that's not gonna work. There's too much going on in this house. I have to film some days. I need complete silence when I'm filming. How is that gonna work? There were just so many variables that were never taken seriously that I brought up that were dismissed, and it was too much for me. So I'll be broke, like he called me. I'll be broke. I'll be broke. I don't got no ride to the doctors no more. That's fine. Like you was talking about, you ain't got, okay, I'm cool. I'll be broke. I'll be that person. I'll be all of that because my peace, my peace, my state of mind, everything about this is no way. There's just no way I can go back into living that kind of life again. And I've done this before in another relationship. And so while he talked about like, I'm sick of how y'all do me and da 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 da, I'm like, I've already seen your playbook. And I've been in the role of the victim of dealing with somebody who literally gaslit me the entire relationship and cheated on me the entire. We're not doing this today. So I haven't spoken to them since that night. And I'm good with that. I'm regaining my energy again, but I definitely lost myself for a little bit. I was very down on me. I spent money I wasn't supposed to be spending. This is why I got a bill due tomorrow. Well, actually, it's due today for the cable and internet. And I had to just treat myself and just eat and just, that's what I do when I'm sad or I'm anxious and I got a lot going on in my brain and I just can't focus. I eat and I huff and puff. And that was holding me together. I ended up getting this free game called Epic 7. I started playing that and I had to like really, I had to disassociate from everything. And then I made that post yesterday because I just was like, I know I was supposed to have posted several videos, but I couldn't even focus. I couldn't even get on here and not make it about something that it wasn't going to be. Like, it was going to be a video where I'm supposed to talk about, you know, The Last of Us, and all of a sudden I just go into like, you know, when people, and I've done that before in the past, so that's why I was like, I'm going to step away if I need to step away. Yeah, so as far as dating is concerned, it is what it is. If something happens, it happens. I'm just going to say, whoever steps into the door again, and we talk about dating again, let's take it slow. We can be exclusive and take it slow. Exclusive doesn't mean under each other 24/7 every single day, all the time. Maybe that was cool with me like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. Right now, I just want to get to know you. I want to know your name, your birth date, your star charts, your favorite foods. I need to go on a date. We need to go on several dates, come over for movie nights, and then we go to our separate places for some time. But like, if I ever run into someone like this again, that's like, oh, and they're hitting me up like we need, I'm gonna just be, hey, I can't do this. The last time this happened, it was too much. I know me, when I rush things, they are not equal. They're always negative. They're not positive. They're not equal. They are negative. Let's not. So like, very that. I was just like, Okay, so that's the story. That's the story about what happened this week, and why I took a break and why I wanted to share a little bit of the toxicity and that journey of the relationship, if you want to call it. It wasn't really a relationship. We weren't even together. We were just initially dating, and all that was happening. That was 1 week of craziness, followed by the next week of me figuring out, how do I get out of this? Because like the fight happened on Friday last week, and now we're on this week, and all that took place. So like, if you hear my story, just take it as a warning. If you see some things, if somebody's doing this to you, I don't know what to tell you, like, other than please run and don't even answer. Just run. You don't need to explain nothing, because that person's more than likely going to flip it right back on you. I'm not even bullshitting. Don't even explain yourself. Just simply run away, immediately ignore, and let that person think you're terrible, whatever they got to do. And you can explain to everybody that knows you, let me tell you, like, what that was going to be. Because I dead ass promise you, there are so many moments I wish I could go back now and go, Matt, why did you even try to explain yourself? Because they're going to take your explanation and turn it into something it's so not. It's so not. And that happened so many times. I was like, oh my God, what is he talking about? I kept saying that, like, what are you talking about? Oh, you're not listening to me right now. I'm educated. Okay. Okay. I hope y'all had a wonderful week. I hope y'all had a great week. Do me a favor. We have over 140 plus, almost 150 people here. Only 95 likes. Can you hit the like button for me, please? Let's get 100 likes in this piece. Nat keeps on trying me. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me ramble and rant about my horrible story of a online dating, lust-filled 2 weeks of sex, resentment, anger, passion, ability, and finally a closing. If you want to drop me a little bit of love in my jar, help me pay this internet bill I gotta pay when I get off of this. Please and thank you. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924 or Matty-Rants. No, excuse me. $Matty-Rants, and then Venmo Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for those of you who have thrown something my way early in the video. I appreciate you so much. And for those of you who've been listening to my story, if you're a troll who has stepped into here and you're like, what's this bent-wristed mother tucker? Hey, see, as I just said it, Lee, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so big. Love it. Just wallop me upside the face with it, okay? Please and thank you. All right? There you go. I'd take a bruise for that. Give a fuck. Okay, did I have pictures of something? All right, so I think this is everything. Hold on, select more pictures. I think this is everything. Yeah, here we go. Okay. For those of you who are late to the party, I was unfortunately sad face, unfollowed by one of my favorite queens from this season. If you can't tell from this bag of Dunkin' Donuts delivery. I found out when I went to go tag them and saw they weren't following me anymore. And I was like, oh. I was like, let me go check if T.S. Bass is still... Oh, okay, they still follow me. That's my sister. Hey, T.S. Bass. was like, what happened? I can only assume the panel, and I can only assume Dooley, and I can only assume either a disgruntled fan sent some, or a fan, clearly, because I made them that mad they had to go send something to them. Like, here's a clip, because that's happened before. People who do not like me have sent clips to queens and been like, he's talking about you. That's how the beef started with one queen that we always drag. One that we always drag. Oh no, I haven't checked if Plain Jade. They followed me on Instagram. No, I love Plain. I still like Corey's cool. I like Corey. I just was like, what? I was like, that was dude, girl. I defended you, girl. I defended you the whole season. There were times I couldn't. There were times I was not able to. But like, Saphira's my bitch, and I didn't kiss her ass the whole season. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, and I also can blame my Twitter because I haven't been like posting like the most positive content. I was a little sad I lost Core because I was about to tag her in Dunkin' Donuts and try to get that post to get some like numbers to be like, can we sponsor Miss Core, bitch? Because hey, I bought Dunkin' Donuts in my depression. I went and bought Dunkin' Donuts on behalf of Corey. I was about to tag her. I was like, tag me. It's okay. Dunkin' Donuts isn't my favorite, no shade, but I was there for the help. I was trying to help the girl with the sponsorship. I may be little, but I may be small. Who? I thought that was funny. Okay, so yesterday I did Korean barbecue with my friends for my friend's birthday. Troy, I feel like I said that all wrong. My friend Troy's birthday, there we go. Happy birthday to Troy's birthday was yesterday. He is one of my core buddies and friends. He's one of the people I'm going to be going on a trip with to Puerto Vallarta. And it was his birthday yesterday, so we went and had Korean barbecue. Okay, so when I looked this up and found out it's potato salad, but it looks like mashed potatoes, I didn't eat it. Everyone at the table said it was good, but like, that looked like a scoop of butter. It still made me nervous. Everything over there was pickled something hot. So that was a no for me. Now, I don't like Korean barbecue, and yesterday was the day I found out I don't. Okay, no, I take that back. I like Korean barbecue, but I like it with like one other person. We're a table of 9 people, and there's 5 of us sharing, 6 of us sharing one little stovetop. Nah, Sam, nah. And as much as like we're all getting the same food, there was some food that was brought that I couldn't eat, like the shrimp, and it's being cooked on the same skillet as what I have to eat. And like now I gotta wait until they change out that to then eat. And it's like, well, the other people ain't bothered by it, but I gotta be the person with dietary restrictions. So like for me, this is fine with me and another person, and maybe another person, maybe 3 people, like 3 sections to it, but I can't, 6 to 1? I can't have shellfish, I can't have pork, nothing that's considered a scavenger in God's eyes or has a split hoof is the biblical scripture about like my dietary restrictions. And then because I have like 1 kidney, I had fused kidneys at birth, and mercury levels can be dangerous, I can't have any sushi, no raw fish whatsoever. So another reason why I don't, and I can't do this, is because I have OCD of the worst kind when it comes to food. Bitch, was this cooked all the way or was it overcooked? And a lot of the food I ate yesterday was overcooked because I just didn't know when I was done. They're like, here come the menu. It's like 5 on this side, 5 on that side. But is it hot enough to where that actually applies? I swear to you, I had some raw chicken the other day. I swear to you. There was one bite I took where I was like, no, I love hibachi. I like hibachi. I just get nervous when the man wants to do too much. And he's like, here I go with the onion tower. It's like, okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bitch, you trying to burn. Like, like, okay, I'm... like, this is... I ordered a lot of food that was already pre-cooked just because I was like, I need to make sure I eat a whole lot of food. And, you know, if I don't get enough, like, at least they're going to bring this out. And so what they did bring out, like, these rice cakes were really good. I did enjoy, like, the fried Korean barbecue chicken bites. They were cute. I did get to cook on the hibachi, not the hibachi, but on the grill, and it did look good. My friend's food looked really good. They cooked T-bone steaks on top of this, like, big-ass T-bone steaks, because it was $30 all you can eat for, like, this basic menu. But if you did the premium menu, which is $20 more of all you can eat food, it included like big ass steaks, T-bone steaks, all the Wagyu beef, all the finest meats you can think of there, and all that kind of stuff. And so to me, I'm like, this place feels like if I got food poisoning, it would be my fault. And so that's why it's the perfect place. It's like, bitch, you're cooking the food. That's your problem that you didn't cook it all the way. We gave you the raw food. We told you, here's your stove. I said, I don't like that. I need to be able to take somebody to court. That's how I felt about it. I'm like, I'm sorry. If my tummy goes a rustling and Pepto isn't the Bismol, I need to take you to Sanford and Son, and justice needs to be in order, because the fuck you talking about? I'd like to be retired too. I'd like to go sit in my house and be bored as well. So, needless to say, you know, we did what we could do. This is hot. Like, do you feel me? Like, this is already cooked a bit. This is raw over here. I'm glad my friend had a good birthday and he enjoyed himself. My OCD was kicking in. I was like, oh, the next time they want to do this, I'm just going to have to be the friend that goes, I'll see you for the next one. And that's all right, because I paid. Shout out to Darnell, such a good friend. Because I was with Darnell and I was like feeling, because I was still thinking about all the bullshit that was said to me the previous day. I'm over here for my friend's birthday. I was spacing out so many different times because I'm overthinking the food. I'm thinking about this asshole I just dealt with like 2 minutes ago, thinking about like, do I need to be concerned with this and do I need to be concerned with that and blah, 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 blah. I still got videos to do this weekend. I feel like I'm messing up with my audio. Like I was sitting there, just in a world of thought. It was bad. It was bad. Ooh-wee. But no, the food was good. The drinks are good. The drinks are good. I will say that I did have a beverage and it was enjoyable. One of the shots was disgusting. One of them was great. But I did get a drink and they didn't charge me for the drink, so I thank them for that. But no, it was a good time and it was nice to get out the house and just not deal with bull for just a second. But I was also like in and out of like having a good time and all that kind of good stuff. I just couldn't. I don't know, man. I was in and out of trying to have a good time. I was like, I'm trying, God, I'm trying. But I feel like I needed just a little bit more time before I can see everybody again. Hi, Mina. What you want, big girl? Y'all want to see Mina? Because she's in my face. Hi, big mama. Hold on, we're going to flip the camera around. There she go. Oh, she plopped for y'all. She plopped for everybody. Oh, she's a plopper. Ploppity plop. She's like, it's time for you to get off of here, Matthew. It's time for you to get off of here. Oh, that's my big baby. That's my big baby. They were going to try to put you in the bathroom, girl. Can you believe that? You, of all people, in the bathroom? Couldn't be. Couldn't be. Couldn't be. What you want? Hmm? Can I help you? See that face? Like, come on now. That face, it's hard to say no to her. She doesn't like that toy, though. That snake that's there, that's Mama's toy. What you want, big girl? They done jacked up the seat. You gonna plop? You gonna plop? Oh, it's a plop. There go the plop. Oh, there go the plop. Oh, we gotta cut them nails. We gotta cut them nails. That's what we gotta do. Mm-hmm. Oh, we purring? Oh, we're purring. We gotta purr. See that face? I'm telling you, it's hard to say no. It is hard to say no to her. That's why I'd be like, oh, she gets on my nerves. Like, she really do be pissing me off, but I get that that face. I'm like, oh, my baby. My baby girl. Yes. Okay. Apologies. I am excited about the finale, and I will be watching tonight. Of course, I will be doing my reaction. It is wild that these are the two that popped up. I put up the group picture, and it just highlights Anya and Jules. That's funny. But yes, I am excited to see the finale and see what goes down. I think that everybody did look good on the red carpet or the blue carpet. I forget what kind of carpet it was. This season's been fun for me personally. The lip syncing was yeah for the whole season, and the Lollapalooza did kind of make it up for me just a tad bit. But I was more into the storylines that were happening this season, and some of the guest judges that came by and how much fun it was with them, and that worked for me. But yeah, I had a good time. I had a good time. It's about 58 minutes until airtime, so I'm gonna let y'all go very shortly here in a second. I was trying to remember if I had anything else to talk about today because I got into my stories. I talked about a little bit of the tea, from like the panel and, the question that was asked on Valerie's show that I did. And then, told you about the toxic craziness I went through for the past couple of days. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah. And then, of course, we're getting ready for Drag Race tonight. All Stars 10 starts 2 weeks. What is it, 2.5? Something like 2 weeks from this. So yes, we'll still be doing those videos I talked about where we rank lip syncs in the season. So those polls that I talked about will definitely be posted this upcoming weekend, and we'll get that in order. So we'll have a Saturday show for the next 2 weeks. But we're also, once they release the cast, I'll be doing the cast video. I kind of want them not to tell us who is going to be on the show and just release the episode. Like, I kind of want them just to do that and just give everybody like a shock, if you will. Not tonight, Liam, because after, I won't be free right after this, because right after this, I actually need to go. I'm not even filming Drag Race when it's on at 7. I gotta come back, and I'll be home probably an hour into Drag Race and do all that. But I don't think I'm Saturday. Saturday after. No. Saturday morning? Saturday morning would be better. Because I'm like dead ass about to change clothes and like walk out the door. Let's do it in the morning before the review, Liam. Because I'll be ready to go. And I'll be in the mode. Yep. Let's do it tomorrow before the video. I'll be in the zone. I'll be ready to talk. Because by the time I talk to you, I'll be already getting my pictures and stuff done, and I'll be in the zone to want to like and do work. But tonight, I gotta do something for somebody important, a family member that needs to see me, and they're on the way here now, as we speak. When are you gonna see Sinners? I heard good things about Sinners. I heard great things about Sinners. So I don't know. Saw it last night and it was amazing. Okay, I'm probably gonna go see it. To me, the movies aren't on the agenda. Hit me up an hour before. Yeah, that'd actually be perfect. What time is it tomorrow? I'll be going live in, what was the time? I went live at like 12:30 yesterday, 12:30 Central. So probably that same time again. Yeah. I saw the trailer for him. Looks great. So 12 p.m. my time. Have you seen the latest FF trailer, Maddie? What, Final Fantasy? They have a Final Fantasy trailer that just came out? What? Or is it something else? Don't say Fast and Furious. Mina, what's happening? What we doing? Exactly. Oh, Fantastic Four. Ooh, okay. Honesty hour. It looks like it's going to be an emotional ride. And I'm not dogging it, but I'm like, okay, so this isn't going to be action heavy, obviously, based on the trailer. It is going to be very setting up the framework of who this family is and, you know, how we're supposed to feel about them going into this Marvel universe and la 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 la. I don't mind the Silver Surfer and her, what the hell? I don't mind the Silver Surfer, and I'm not really bothered by that. I think the graphics look a little weird on her right now, but I'm sure they'll polish it up soon. I think Pedro Pascal is a great actor. And it does not have anything to do with his ethnicity. Physically speaking, I don't see Reed Richards. Physically speaking, I don't see Reed Richards. So I'm gonna be happy to see him doing something, which I'm already watching him in The Last of Us, and I feel like I'm gonna really hate it for Joel this season. It's already giving me that. If you saw my reaction, you already know I was rolling my eyes at Ellie the entire time. I was like, oh my God, we're gonna be like feeling bad for him the entire time. Like, fuck that. What's up, Fifi? Yeah, Pedro's cool. I think he's a great actor. He is right now in the overhyped atmosphere of actors currently, and he's getting a lot of work, which is okay. But they do this thing with certain actors, like per every 5 years, where they'll get all the work. And then they stop talking about them. They either crash out or they come back in a glory 10 years later and something happens. But he's getting a lot of work right now, and it is becoming a little too much. Where sometimes it's like, does he even fit here? So I think he's a good actor, and I'm excited for anything he does. I just don't think he gives Reed Richards, like, at all. But again, when the movie happens, we shall see. I'm putting it on that. I'm also a little concerned, even for the Invisible Woman. If her nose starts to bleed, if she gets one headache, if her menses start to act up, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Because in the trailer, it's giving, you're going to make that nose bleed. You're going to make her go, oh, the cramps. Like, I just don't do Sue like that. Don't do Sue like that. Sue is not that girl. Sue is not Jean. Sue has never been Jean. Sue will never be Jean. Sue is better than Jean. No shade. And I like Jean Grey a lot. But the girls didn't have no smoke for Jean until the Phoenix came in. Hiya. And Sue been storming. Ooh. And Sue been storming. I'm just saying. They can't fuck that up. The Thing, I got used to how he looks. I'm okay. I think they did a good job with Johnny Storm. I'm like, okay, he give, I receive. I see that. I'm like, okay, something's there. He's a little pale. Like, I'm concerned with his vitamin D rate. Like, I have a low deficiency. I think he is just deficient. Like, it's gone. It's not there. It's deficit. But other than that, it looks interesting. Galactus foot. So we'll have him in gigantic form. He won't just be a cloud. That's a positive. However, it just doesn't look like I'm going to be super entertained. It looks like it's going to be something of the, okay, well, we meet the family. There's a lot of emotional drama. There's a baby maybe involved. Maybe baby. He's no longer human. He's a rock monster. He don't got eyebrows. I just don't want it. Mina, give me a second. I'm about to wrap this up. I just don't want it to be boring. I'm concerned. And Superman looks good. The right director's at the helm of it. Fans are going to complain because that's just what they do. Speaking of Nina, I'm glad Tekken just did a balance recently because their season 2 was trash. I'm still looking at them and I'm side-eyeing them for a couple of things, but I'm back to playing ranked again and I'm happy. I'm just like, y'all really did release a horrible patch with Anna. You should be embarrassed of yourself. There should be free things given to everybody who had purchased packs of any sort of money to add on to a game that is already expensive. You got me fucked up. And that's the one thing about the video game world that really ticks me off. It is about money at the end of the day. They do not care about the consumer as much as they act like they do. And that applies to everybody. Not just Nintendo, that's Sony, that's Microsoft. Whoever got the resources to be them girls, they're gonna be those girls. I give a shout out to every developer that's made a game that was for free. Not paid for play, for free. That somebody could actually pick up and just enjoy and go with. And then if you did add anything onto it and it cost some money, it's actually worth the coin. Because when you buy something that adds onto a game, it should be something that lasts a good, almost like a second part of the game that goes on even, like, it shouldn't just be cosmetic shit. It's wild to me. So, I don't know. But anywho, I had a good time with y'all today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you for tuning into the Hot Topics portion. I am still getting myself fully back together again, but you know, I'm an adult. We'll shake this off. Be careful with your peace, everybody, and recognize the signs. It's not that that person is bad. I'm not saying that. It's just I'm not what they're looking for, and a lot of things that happen in between just were not okay. And I don't think it's ever going to be really addressed or respected or understood how I felt, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with them completely misinterpreting everything I said, misconstruing all my words, and living a completely different life that did not happen. And me knowing what really went down, how I felt, and being able to be okay with the decisions that I made at the end of the day. So, listen to Between Us. I need that energy now. It's just, you gotta, I'm unfortunately unconfrontational sometimes to the point where it's a problem. And so it may be a slow backing away from things or removing myself from something, but just know when I see the signs, I'm enacting a plan. Once something happened, I have now made 3 totem poles of your bullshit. I gotta go. Like, it's not even little small stuff. It's huge thing. No, this is gonna be a problem later. It's time to go. So take my story for a lesson, but also I hope just me talking to you today was just a fun ride in general, and we had a good time here. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And again, I appreciate every single one of you that tuned in today. God bless you all. I will see you tomorrow for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 Finale review, and of course Sunday for the panel. And then if you're on my Patreon, you will have access to the reaction tonight. It'll be late in the evening, but you'll have access to it tonight. So if you don't mind, hit the like button before you walk out the door. We have almost 130 likes, which is amazing. Drop a tippy poo in my jar if you feel like it, because I got to pay the cable and internet bill right after this. So if you send me something now, thank you. It's going right to that high-ass bill. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, Cash App $MattMatt924, and Venmo, Matty-Rants. Love you all, respect you all, respect yourselves. Give yourselves a big hug from me. Thank you for those trolls that came by. Your engagement always counts and matters. We don't delete, we just block, but we always take it in. We thank you. Yes, I am gay. Ha! I hope I answered your question. Whatever. Anywho, I'll see y'all later. Take care. God bless. I'll see you for the next one. Bye, everybody.